Sometimes clients have a really hard time, especially if they don't have kids or like the relationship with the kids are not super hunky dory, like figuring out who's going to be the trustee or agent, like financial agent or medical agent. And I totally get that. I can see myself being in that exact shoes. And one of the things that sometimes gives people solace when they're thinking about who to name as their agent, the person to take over, is that if you have a couple of different people, they can people can always resign. So like, this is not like the World War II draft. So like, let's say you put your cousin, like you don't have kids and you put your cousin, but it's like, oh, she's like the same age as me. And then if I put her daughter has 4 kids. Well, a lot of times like these estate planning documents aren't used like for years. So like what is today is like not going to be tomorrow, right? So you can't, unless you have a crystal ball, which I'd love to see, you really don't know whether people are going to be willing or able to do it when the rubber meets the road. So what your job is when you're creating an estate plan is do the best that you can for now and then revisit. The other thing is like list people who you think can do it, and then they can always like decline to serve. I mean, that's the thing I tell people if they're like, oh, but so-and-so has 3 kids and she's so busy. Well, I mean, if that's the case and something happens to you tomorrow and we ask her to be in charge of your estate and it's not a good time, like I said, it's not the World War II draft. Like she can just say no, and then we go to the next named person. I mean, I jokingly tell clients, like, I can put Beyonce, as my successor trustee. You think she's going to say yes to managing my estate? No, she's going to decline to serve. So put the best people that you think, given today in the near future in an order. And like, if somebody can't serve, they can just decline to do it. And I think that number one, like puts more people on the table as options. And number two, if you go talk to someone and you say, hey, I'm thinking about putting you in charge, and they're kind of looking like, oh, I don't know if I can handle it. You can always say to them, look, I'm going to put some really good people behind you, as successors to you. So if you can't do it, don't be a martyr. That's okay. Just decline to serve and we'll go to the next person. And I think that's a relief for the person who's making the ask and then the person who's being asked, to do the job in the future. Anyways, I hope you find this little tidbit helpful. I know my clients do when I talk to them about this. I'm estate planning attorney Stephanie West. I'm licensed in California. I do estate planning, and I'm a lawyer, but unless you've come to sit in my office, I'm not your lawyer. And so do yourself a favor and find yourself a lawyer that you like.